hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday to you and yours. Welcome to all our friends and families and guests to Couch Chronicles. We're coming to you live tonight on the Love Radio Network. I am your radio host personality, Ms. Simone, and I'm thanking you for tuning in to share your time with me tonight. It is a great day to be empowered and to enjoy your journey right from your very own homes and especially from your own couch. So come on and get a glass of whatever you like. Go ahead and sit yourself down. Enjoy the nuances of a woman and man's perspective on life, love, friends, dating, generational issues, and, of course, curses, plus every topic in between. So if you are new to Couch Chronicles, we all say welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in and enjoy the show. And if you're a reoccurring or dedicated Couch Chronicle fan, thank you for your dedication, all of your time, and for being a ride-or-die Couch Chronicle baby. Now, call or text your friends and family to come on in and join us by logging on to LUVRadioNetwork.com. That's LUVRadioNetwork.com. Go ahead and press that live button, or you can just call into the show at 1-563-999-3519. Again, that number is 1-563-999-3519. And if you have something to say about a topic that I'm talking about in the situation here, just go ahead and press that one button and see if we can get you on the show. So come on in. It's that easy just to get on my couch and sit back for a wonderful and sometimes very grown show. Now, remember, you can connect with me on Facebook and Instagram at Simone. It's SYMONE, last name Hurt, HURT. And go ahead and send me a friend request. I'll be more than happy to befriend you back so you can be part of the Couch Chronicle party. We are now streaming live at LUVRadioNetwork.com. Take time to check us out. Join the Love Radio Network family by joining with membership, which doesn't cost you a thing but your time, for the latest and greatest shows and songs on the internet. Now, praying everyone is well today and staying safe. Our topic tonight, tuition and energy. Woo, child, let me tell you about this, honey. This show is actually inspired by a conversation I had with a coworker, and we were talking about how women were given intuition to discern people, places, and things. Now, it was a comment of my coworker to a question I asked about regarding dating today and how people lately are giving such strong energy that was kind of triggering my intuition to the point that the hair on my arm actually stood up and I felt a chill run down my spine. Now, needless to say, I didn't go on that date with that particular person, and I am so glad that I didn't. As soon as I informed them I wasn't interested, they thanked me for my time, and they walked away. As soon as they were out of my sight, y'all, I mean, the hair on my arm just finally went straight again. I felt relieved and, most of all, safe. Now, safety is a very, very big and important thing in my life because there were times that I didn't feel safe at all, especially being the only female in a male-dominated family. Now, it was strange that my body had that kind of reaction to someone I had just met, but I will say that I was grateful for the special gift of intuition and being able to pick up on the negative vibe and energy that that person was giving off. It's really important to be mindful of the company that we keep. God has been working on me to leave sooner than later situations that are not for my best good nor interest. So doing so has put me in a situation of actually zoning in more on my own energies that I put out into this world. And since then, I found myself meditating more in my free time. And I must say this, feeling connected with oneself is such a liberating experience, my darlings, which I am relishing in all of its most possible capacities lately. Now, I do tend to frequent several friend groups and have noticed some changes, and several people towards me along on how they are recently saying snide remarks and disguising them as, y'all know what I mean, y'all, especially when you walk up to the group and they instantly change the subject that they were speaking of, and to get a response of, oh, it wasn't really anything, girl. It's just your imagination. No, it ain't my imagination, girl. And I'm that type of chick that says, well, what was y'all talking about and why'd y'all stop if I come up to the group? What's going on? But you know what I mean. It isn't the topic of the show, but maybe next time we'll delve into that a little bit more. But tonight it's all about intuition and energy. Who has it, who doesn't, and how you can get it, along with relating to the energies that go along with that intuition and how our bodies tell us everything. And at times, the bottom line is, y'all, we just ain't listening. We ain't listening to our own selves and our bodies. So check this out. Now, with all that said, let's go ahead and get this party started. Make sure to text all your family and friends tonight. Text them the 1-563-999-3519 number or Google LUVRadioNetwork.com. Go ahead and press that orange button. It'll send you the link to get in on the action. Some of y'all are part of groups, so you know you can get them on group chat or text invite them to come on and listen and enjoy the show from your very own couch. Because tonight we are all family, and you know what happens when family gets together, my love. Woo! We're going to have some fun. Now grab your drink, because I got mine. Go ahead and nestle in, my couch babies, but don't pull that blanket up too far. It's about to get hot, hot, hot up in here tonight. Lean on in, learn something new, and guess what? Enjoy the ride, my love. Now, okay, everybody, welcome to Couch Chronicles. How's everybody doing tonight? I am doing absolutely fantastic. I've had a little bout with some laryngitis there, and I'm just happy to have my voice back. I love you, love you, love you, God. Oh, thank you. It was a little rough there for a minute. Now, as always, thank you for being with me here on the show, supporting your girl, Miss Simone. And as my grandmama D used to say, sometimes intimacy starts with a good old conversation. So guess what? Let's get to talking, y'all. Now, let's talk about this. What is the definition of intuition? I looked it up on Oxford's language, a bit much for me to say, but it's the ability to understand something immediately without the need for conscious reasoning. Now, I've had this for a long time in my life, and I've realized that certain people bring it out and some people hinder it. And as I've grown older, I've learned to kind of shy away from those individuals who are hindering my intuition because it saves me from so much drama, y'all. I'm just trying to tell you. Now, other words for it, it's instinct, intuitiveness, your sixth sense, clairvoyance, your second sight, ESP, that hunch you get or that feeling in one's bones, your gut feeling. That's a funny feeling you experience. It's that inkling in the back of your head that's trying to talk to you but can't seem to push through to the front of your brain to say it loud enough. It's that sneaky suspicion. It's impression. It is foreboding. All of those, all above. That's what intuition is all about, y'all. And we're going to get into that about who has it, who doesn't have it, and if you don't have it, we're going to talk about how you can get it, okay? So what does having an intuition actually mean to you? Again, the ability to know something without having proof. It's something known without proof. As an example, I had an intuition you'd come over today. That's an example. What is the meaning of intuitive thinking? Let's get a little bit deeper now. We're going to go into the brain. Intuitive thinking means going with one's first instinct and reaching decisions quickly based on automatic cognitive processes. Reflective thinking involves the questioning of first instinct and consideration of other possibilities, thus allowing for counterintuitive decisions. Now, that's a lot that I just said there, but the whole bottom line is a lot of us have it, especially women. And my biggest example of this is that, men, I'm not going to rag you today, but I am going to say this. If your woman has been with you for a significant point of time, even sometimes when they first meet you, they have this intuition of whether you're lying to them, trying to bluff them over, not maybe coming with the right intentions. And it also spells the same for when you're in the relationship. And they're asking you a whole lot of questions. Now, they're asking you all them questions, homies, because they already question. It has already told them something either in their body or in their head, their brain, to question something because it is off. It is not right. It is not in alignment with what y'all had 5 minutes ago. So they're asking these questions. So through this show today, we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about the 10 signs you're an intuitive and whether or not you know it or not. There you go. You can go to www.mindbodygreen.com, and they have a whole plethora of information on whether you are an intuitive person, and if you're not an intuitive person, they help direct you on how to become one. And I just want to share some of the things that I did. I did some research on that. And I know I have heard of psychics. I know you've heard of gypsies, crystal balls, and crystals, and even you may have some of these things or persons in your family tree. But if you're an intuitive and you don't even realize it, how do you even begin to get yourself comfortable with being able to deal with it? So most of us are capable of being highly intuitive, but we may dismiss things we know without knowing how we actually know, especially if we've grown up highly rational or been influenced by scientific education or fundamentalist religion. Now, as a person myself that has grown up with Geechee relatives and many ministers, pastors, and leadership heads in the church, I was one of those stealth intuitives that learned early on that I was cut from a different cloth than most of the family. My grandmother in particular used to always ask me, "Girl, how'd you know that?" And I would normally just shrug and say, "I don't know." I was too afraid to tell her that I might have saw it in a dream or I might have heard it or thought about it earlier a while ago, and here it is popping up today. Now, how is that so? I used to be very afraid of that. My mother has recently even made mention to me. We were talking, and she used to always say, I always noticed that people who are homeless and people who are in need, they're so attracted to you, honey. They always come up to you, speak to you like they know you, and you always make time to talk with them. I guess that's why one of my most fulfilling jobs, I always felt comfortable and never out of place, was working at a homeless shelter for women and children. Oh, my goodness. It was one of the most, I can't even explain it to you, but it fulfilled me emotionally, spiritually. Oh, my goodness. My heart would just go out on some of the situations, and being able to know that I can help provide resources and to help them along on their journey was very, very, applauding. I just loved it. I loved it. It was a win-win situation. I won because of how I felt. They win because they get to move along. And it really taught me a lot about myself in the fact of, who am I? What is my purpose here on earth? What am I really, really meant to do? And how am I supposed to share my time with others? It takes people along, some longer than others to actually establish their passions and what their purpose is. But I kind of was midlife crisis into that. It was in my 30s and 40s that I got that opportunity to do that. So I'm so happy that it took me on a journey to help open up and make me learn who I really am and what I actually bring to, not only, as the brothers sometimes say, what do you bring to the table? I don't know why y'all ask that, but anyway. But I know what I bring to the universe. I know that for a fact. So how do you know if you are intuitive, and what energy do you bring to the universe? Okay, well, here's a few clues that you might want to look into. If you're a person, we're going to start with number one. If you're a person and you tend to pick up on everyone's emotions, wherever you go in the room and you're standing next to someone who is high-pitched, all excited, you get high-pitched excited. If you're someone that's sitting there next to someone who's just melancholy and kind of sad, you just kind of slump over and get a little sad and get worried and want to know how's their day, what's going on. You're an intuitive person. You're highly sensitive to what others say or are feeling, and may not know how to protect yourself from the energies of those other people. This causes you to become withdrawn or reclusive sometimes because you're not understanding why it's happening and why it's happening to you, which is one of the questions I even asked myself. And even though you do like people, as you get older and you learn more about this intuition and these energies that not only you have and generate out to the universe, but what other people have, you tend to shy away from people because you can't handle all that energy, especially when it's negative. It starts draining you of your energy, and you don't really know where to go with that. So, take a heed of that and think about that in your lifetime, in your lifespan, of how many times you really wanted to go to the party, but you just really don't have the energy, like we say, to really be bothered. It's because someone else has already drained that energy. It's not that you don't particularly like those individuals, but you're tired, you're drained. So number two, you have vivid dreams. Now, not everybody dreams, but for those people who are dreamers, I am a very big dreamer, and I can recall my dreams step by step and very vividly. If you remember your dreams often, and no matter what they are, some of them may be very, very scary, but you're still, cognizant enough to pay attention to what's going on in the dream, even though you're afraid. Um, and even you may have dreams that have come true before, as if you were predicting the future. And sometimes that really scares people. I used to really get afraid to, talk about that with anybody, especially my mom, because I didn't think she was going to understand, and she thought I was crazy. But I think it's good. So once you start understanding and actually researching it and start understanding yourself, you'll become more and more comfortable with it and start understanding. And when you start understanding and letting go a little bit of the fears, you'll see more, you'll hear more, and more will be revealed to you. It is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Because in the past, it may have frightened you, especially if you dreamed about something scary and the outcome actually happened. And that does happen, y'all. And if you experience this, you might have to cut off your ability to dream out of fear. We don't want you to do that. Dream. But you can invite that gift to return if you can move from fear to trust. You got to have to trust yourself. You got to trust God. You got to trust the universe. And you got to be prepared to know that you're going to be okay. So, number 3, you're very discerning. You might meet someone everyone else likes, but you get red flags and warning bells screaming, stay away from this person. Or, like I explained in the beginning, your hair might stand on the back of your neck. You might get tingling sensations down your legs. I'm not talking about neuropathy. I'm talking about these real strange tingle sensations. And the closer you get to that person, maybe your palms get to sweating. They get hot or itchy. These are things that are giving you warning signs. I don't care how charisma that person is, how charming, how beautiful, the talent that they have. Their soul is actually speaking to you, and you are feeling it. You may not understand how to put it in words, but your body is giving you the warning signs that this is a caution, this is a red flag. And if you don't pay attention to it and you kind of go along with the flow or ignore it, it kind of causes a lot of headaches. So many heartaches. Oh, my goodness. I can't even count the ones I've had. And it does diminish the unnecessary drama in your life if you just had paid attention to it. Sometimes you need to cut people off and move on to have some peace from all that drama and get back to your natural state of being yourself, being in love with you, being at peace, and prospering in your intuitive self. So if you resonate with your soul sense, you might be instantly drawn to someone without understanding why. If not, you're likely to pull away even when it makes no sense in your mind. You just don't understand why. Someone asks you, do you like that person? I don't think I particularly care for them. Well, why? I don't really know. I'm just, I have no idea. It's just, I'm feeling strange. These are signs, you guys. Later, you may get evidence that you were spot on in your read. Others will be shocked, and you'll be shaking your head trying to not to say, I told you so. You're not only telling yourself I told you so, you tell other people, see, I tried to tell you there was some red flags going on, but you weren't trying to listen. I told you so. Now, how many times have you had to actually say this to yourself? You shouldn't have done that. You should have listened. I should have listened to that. Oh, my God, how could I have not listened to that? It was in my mind. I heard it. I kept feeling it, and I didn't listen. I told me so. I told you so. Especially when it has happened before. Woo! Child, I've been there, and I have done that. And we get this conscious mindset of giving second chances. Now, there's nothing wrong with giving second chances. But if you got burnt that hard and that bad the first time, that kind of probably is letting you know second might not be the best for you. But, I mean, you got to weigh the pros and cons and go with your kind of, what I said, your intuitiveness, your gut feeling, or whether or not. But I know that I have told myself I had to slap myself, hey, chick, what did you do that for? She already did this to you, and then she get ready to do it, and she just did it again. Are you kidding? All right, enough is enough. We're going to shut this down. We out of here. Got to go. Been there, done that. So moving on to next. Number 4. thoughts drop into your mind from absolutely nowhere. Now, I don't know how many people I'm touching with this one. The thoughts drop into your mind from absolutely nowhere. Some people see them, some people hear them. There's a combination of people who get both. But let me explain how and why this happens. There are 4 types of intuition, y'all. There's clairvoyance. That's probably the most popular one. Clairaudience. Clair's essential. I can't say it. I can never say it. Clairexistence and claircognizance. Now, if you're clairvoyant, you're likely to see visions or colors or pictures others can't see. Your mind paints pictures. You look at paintings. You see them differently than other people see them, okay? If you are clairaudient, okay, you'll hear sounds or voices or even music that other people can't hear. Most people who are famous, especially Miles Davis talked about that, how he could hear the music and it would just run through his body and he would just have to output it by just closing his eyes and just start playing, and it would just come to existence. If you're clairsentient, okay, you'll feel things in your body. But if you're claircognizant, you'll just know things you shouldn't know, which can make this the hardest form of intuition to actually recognize, because you'll think it's just a thought. But these thoughts don't feel like you thought them up. They're more like flavors you came to recognize over time. It's sensory. It lets you know, your body starts to talk to you. Your intuition gets heightened. So those are the 4 types of intuition and what they mean. So let's move to 5 and get to if you happen to receive messages. And it's from all around. Messages aren't just poof out the sky or you heard a voice. Let me ask this question. Do you ever feel like while looking at a painting and it actually moves or speaks to you, or maybe you get indirect communication from a tree or a cloud or a piece of jewelry that you're touching? When you're tuned in and you don't know it, everything will try to get through to you, no matter how it can, whether it's visual, whether it's through audible, for you to hear it, to see it. Then if you don't pay attention to those things, it might try to make you feel. That's how your body's now reacting to what you're feeling at that time. Vision is particularly in a dream or while meditating. Also, music, it's what you feel is truly speaking directly to you. I know everybody's had that experience where something has happened to you, and you have a certain feeling about you, and you keep thinking this feeling in your head, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, this song comes on, and you go, oh, my God, it's resonating with me. That's it. That's what I'm feeling right now. I'm going through this. Lord, help me. Oh, my goodness. That is intuition. It's speaking directly to you just after something out of the norm has just happened to you. So these are some of the things that we are literally and physically talking about in regards to learning some of the things to find out if you are actually intuitive and how you feel is the energy that's behind it. Some of us are very scared when we go through this, and others are more, inquisitive about, why am I feeling this? Why am I going through this? How and why is this happening to me? That's always my question. Why me? How is that happening to me? Okay? But look, it's nothing to be afraid of. It's no different than the energies of vibration that are out in the universe. Everything vibrates. Trees vibrate. The grass vibrates. Everything that's out there has its own specific sound of vibration that it lives on. And so do you. But there are people have a tendency that they can either have low vibration or we can have middle vibration, excuse me, which is more set to pre-awakening, or you're vibrating very high. And the thing about vibrating very high is that you tend to attract everybody when you're vibrating high, because you have the low vibration people who are seeing a light in you. Person, let me talk to them. Let me see what they got. They always want to pick your brain. They want to know this. They want to know that. And they tend to kind of zap you of your energy while they're doing that. And then there are other people who are of other high vibrating individuals. They instantly know other high vibrating energy people, and they're like, yes, oh my goodness, I can have a conversation with you, and you just get it. I don't have to explain it. You just understand. You just know. And I'm just telling you, the more you get to know yourself, the more you get in tune with not only your mind, your body, and your soul, and learn how you vibrate and the energies that you put out into this world, all these things will start unveiling themselves to you. You'll start seeing things in a totally, totally different light. Now, the next one I'm going to talk about is number 6. Number 6 is psychics know you well, and they seek you out. I myself personally have not been sought out by a psychic that I'm aware of, but there are people out there that do. Psychics kind of look at them and already know. They can actually see that your third eye of intuition is wide open. And they're like, whoa, I can really talk to this person because they're going to get it. Are you always bumping into a psychic? Do psychics pay attention to you? Do they seek you out? Or when they look at you, they go, I see, I feel and see you. Okay, they can identify you. When your third eye chakra is open, you can see anything you want to see. If you want to manifest, that's what you want to see. You just have to learn to vibrate high enough to be able to see beyond what the surface is showing you. It'll give you the feelings. It'll manifest a picture. It will give you a stop sign. It'll give you hazard signs. It'll give you go left, go right. It'll start giving you these signs of what precautions that you need to take with whomever or whatever you're dealing with at that particular time. So it's almost like one psychic can recognize another, and they can also see highly vibrational magnetized people. When you're in a state of high vibration, you tend to manifest and attract other high vibrational beings. You also tend to attract low vibration beings since they are especially attracted to your light. It's like a moth to the flame type of situation. And they enjoy using your light while in your presence, or as they call them, energy vampires that are sucking you dry of your light and energy. Now, have you ever had a conversation with someone or hugged someone and was absolutely exhausted afterwards, and you didn't understand why? Like, oh, God, that took me through a bit much, boy. I'm feeling some kind of way after hugging that person. Well, they stole your energy, and you just I've been there. It's as simple as that. Y'all know what I'm talking about, and have run into this a few times in your lifetime. Just make sure to learn how to protect your energy, because if you don't protect your energy, they will take all of yours and leave you void, and you're constantly in this renewing cycle that doesn't propel you to where you really need to go. But they go off with your light, and they're happy for a while, and they're still their dark self, and the next morning they'll come seek you out again, try to get some more of your light. So you have to be very cautious with those individuals. And they're people, places, things. I know that there was a dog. I liked the dog. It wasn't my dog, but, there was a dog down the street that it was a shepherd. I was definitely afraid of shepherds because I'd been bit by one. But this dog just constantly wanted to be in my presence, and I tell you not. After petting the dog, after spending time with the dog, I had to lay down and take a nap. I'm tired. I didn't even understand why. But everything seeks energy. You either have your energy up, and if you don't have your energy up, people are trying to take what energy you worked on getting up. So protect your energy, everybody. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a quick little break. So go ahead and refill your glasses. Come on back to hear us talk about more in depth about intuition and energy and how to protect your energy. Be more than happy to have you back. See you back in a few minutes.
amazing day. Turn the frown upon your face into a smile. It's an amazing day. I woke this morning with the sunshine on my face. It's an amazing day. And praise the Lord that I continue in this race. It's an amazing day.
You're listening to the Love Radio Network worldwide. LoveRadioNetwork.com. Educational, inspirational, trending topics, and the hottest hits. With award-winning talk show hosts and personalities. And you made us number one. Thank you. Love Radio Network. Building a network of love.
All right. Welcome back, everybody, to Couch Chronicles. We're coming to you live on LUVRadioNetwork.com. Our topic tonight is intuition and energy. And if you're just joining in, what does having an intuition mean? It's the ability to know something without having proof. Something known without proof. I had an intuition you'd come. That's an example. And we are covering 10 things that mean you could be intuitive, along with the energy that you give the world. Right now, we are on number 6, and we're moving to number 7. And we're just breaking these things down to access where we may fit in. If it doesn't relate to you, I'm sure that you know someone who it will relate to. Now, about intuition, before we move into that directly, I will say if you guys can go and help support me, and I love radio, go to LUVRadioNetwork.com. Go ahead and become a member. It's free membership. There's also a donate through website, or you can actually cash at me at $Simone, SYMONE, Hurt, HURT. So all and any donations are definitely appreciated. Look, it takes a team to get all this done, y'all, and it gets to be pretty pricey out there. We would love to have not only your donations, but also you can email me at SHURT83 @gmail.com if you have any suggestions for any type of topics that you would like to talk about, and even if you want to be on the show to discuss them with me. I greatly appreciate that. So, again, become a member at luvradionetwork.com, donate to the website, or cash at me at $Simone, SYMONEHURT. Greatly appreciate it, everybody. So we're going to go ahead and get right back into our topic, which is intuition and energy. I want to give a thanks out and a shout out to a physician and New York Times bestselling author, Lisa Rankin, MD, whose article it was that I researched for a lot of this information. It was really great. And she's responsible for the 10 subjects that we're talking about today. So, Lisa, thank you very much. Your information was very interesting, intuitive for me, and I hope that everybody be happy that I'm sharing your information with them. Now, she does say something best. She has a saying: the good news about intuition is that it doesn't abandon you. Like a lover who never gives up on you, intuition will do whatever it takes to capture your attention and guide you towards your path of power, love, health, and the purest sense of purpose. And once you commit to strengthening your intuition, it will only get stronger. So, Lisa, thank you for that quote. I greatly appreciate it. We're so happy that you took the time to help us and educate us. So, number 7 that we're moving on to right now. This is a big one. This is a good one. I'm quite sure somebody's going to have something to say about this one. So that's why I saved it for after the break. You're suffering from a chronic illness that doctors can't cure. I'm going to say it again. You may be suffering from a chronic illness that doctors can't cure. There's a reason for that. I'm going to give you a little history first before we delve into how that is relevant to us now. Indigenous cultures, they called it shaman sickness. When a shaman, the resident intuitive of the tribe, got sick, because they weren't stepping into their calling or using it properly, often in this culture, the shamans aren't recognized, and the would-be shaman is scared of their actual powers. They're reluctant to admit that they have the gift, or they're plagued by the sense that they may have been burned at the stake if they actually come out with intuitive abilities. Because back in the day, intuitive abilities, you were called a witch, you were called, a gypsy, you were called a whole lot of things. And a lot of people didn't understand what was actually going on. Now, this is an important note to understand. Some people could possibly be sick because they are harboring guilt, trauma, shame from hiding secrets and misdirection of life and in their bodies are reacting to what they are harboring inside and not letting out. When you carry negative thoughts and actions such as those that I've read, your energy shows up as an illness in the body in which the cause or justification makes it harder for physicians to diagnose, let alone cure, because it's a reactionary thing. Like I was telling the story of how the hair on my arm literally stood up. Your body is going to react to what your mind is saying to the body. So when you put in negative thoughts, when you are delving into negative energies and entities, your body will have an outward expression of this negativity. Okay? I'm not a doctor. I don't claim to be, but I have seen this firsthand with people. That is why a lot of people think that mutes are sick because they won't speak. They are choosing not to speak. They don't want to say what they got to say. And they tend to get sickly because they are harboring this and keeping it inside. I've seen it with rape victims, in which, and I'm not talking about just the females, y'all. I'm talking about in males too, where you're too afraid or too ashamed to say anything to make the situation go away or to get the help that you need. You're holding it in so tight that your body starts to have anxiety, high blood pressure. You're having nightmares. Nightmares are definitely especially of harboring things that need to come out. You need to vibrate it out of your body so that it can no longer harm you. This is why some people are adamant about natural healing with herbs and, natural herbs and certain medicines, because they know that they get to the actual root of the real problem, versus some man-made drugs which may cover the issue like a Band-Aid and don't really cure the specific issue, but it keeps you functioning in a state of just spinning. You're still functioning. You still have the issue of anxiety. You got the high blood pressure. It may come, it may go. You don't know when it's really going to go away, if it's going to stay away. So you're like cycling in a circle, and you can't seem to get off the Ferris wheel because it's really not addressing the root problem. And with that, we're going to dive right into 8. If you're prone to addictions, when you're intuitive and don't know it, you may try to tune out by drinking too much alcohol or caffeine. There's overeating disorders, smoking, using drugs, overindulgence, and other addictive behaviors that disconnect you from your intuition. The addictive act is used as a smoke shield or numbing device to avoid the fears, the pains, and the unknowns, which at times promote a safe place or haven for you, when in reality, you may be actually harming yourself through these self-indulgences or addictions and not strengthening your faith to actually fight the fear away so that you can stand in your true light. Overcoming these addictive traits is your way of sharpening your life's blade to manage the bad or fears that may be harboring within your mind, which is causing this outward gesture of unmanaged failures, regrets, pains, traumas, and it sometimes stands on a lack of skills to communicate what really is bothering you. It's surface acting and not soul acting. I pray for anyone who is going through any of these addictions that I actually mentioned. I don't mean to trigger anyone. I've had to fight a few of these on that list myself, and I know how hard it can be. I know that to really be free, we must abolish the things that hold us back from the real us, the real you, the real me. Remember, it takes time, but you do have to start somewhere. Ask a friend to be your accountability partner, or seek counseling to learn the tools needed to accomplish these goals. Everyone has fights, and those that win are great examples that we can actually win too. So one day at a time, 1 foot at a time, and eventually you'll get there. Now make a choice to move your energy from negatively hurting you to positively serving you. I wish everyone well. Just take a look at yourself. I had a show called Take a Look at Yourself in the Mirror, and it will pull everything that's really inside of you. If you can learn to be truthful with yourself, you can be really truthful with the world. And I applaud those that have actually beaten their addictions. I 100% thank you for being that ray of hope, that sunlight, that sunshine that other people can actually look up to. We know the fight is real. The fight is real, y'all. It is no joke. And I've had to deal with some of these, and I still got some to go. Let's call it what it is. I have no problem saying what it is in the mirror to myself. And I know I've been out of order for about a couple of weeks from off of being sick, and I really need to get back to what I need to get back to. So y'all hold me accountable, and I love y'all for it. And we'll just keep on going through this life and this journey, and I'll keep you updated on what's going on. But for those of you, we talked about the weight challenge, I am down 5 more pounds, so I'm going slowly, but we are getting there surely. So thank you for all of those who were rooting for me on that tip. So we're now going to move into number 9. You feel a special connection to nature, okay? I know it may sound, I don't know what it may sound to you, but I don't want you guys to think that there's anything silly, because there are people, I know quite a few of them, I personally am one of those, who am just really connected to nature. Grass means everything to me. I need to have my feet in grass. I need to touch and hug trees. I need to just meditate and be able to cut off all the clutter of the world and hear just nothing but nature. Try to hear the air. Try to hear the trees. Try to listen to the birds. It's my way of disconnecting from the hectic everything of life and just tuning into my own soul, the meditation, just realizing and recognizing who I am, being still for a minute. Think about it. How many people can really actually be still? There's some people who just can't even stop talking. There's some people that can't stop moving. You slow down. When you're out in the natural world, away from technology and other people, your intuitive downloads will actually have room to arrive to you. If all your best ideas and plans tend to come from when you go on long walks through the woods or down the street or run around the park, a hike up the mountain, or walking the dog, then this is a sign of intuition at play. I love looking out the window at trees in the sky, and I'm fortunate that where I work, I have that opportunity and ability to do so. It is so relaxing. It helps me to get through my day. It tends to make me daydream in a very relaxed state. This is where I get some of my best ideas, and if you really want to connect with nature, then go hug a tree or walk barefoot through the grass. This is what we call grounding, which helps you to connect with your inner self and your soul with the environment, taking you away from those daily stressors and allowing you to connect with just your inner self. Please put your phone down. Hug a tree instead. As in meditating. Meditate something. Ground yourself. Get with nature. You'll be surprised how you feel. It's like a breath of fresh air. Even if you're inside a building, it just makes you feel so much better, and it stimulates your mind. The world could really use more connection other than talking, typing, and listening to other people's thoughts. Tune in and try listening to yourself. It's a real REALU. And see if you enjoy your own company. We always talk about how do people think or feel about you? Well, how do you think or feel about yourself as much as other people do? This is one way to actually do that. There's a man, Tony Schwartz, has a consecrated, he knows how to manage positive energy. That he's a quote that says, if you put, let me see, what's the quote? I want to make sure I get it right because it's really good. The 4 Elements of Physical Energy by Leo Widrich, Widrich. He has a blog on Buffer called The 4 Elements of Physical Energy and How to Master Them. In it, he quotes where Schwartz wrote in his book that most of us are chasing the wrong energy source. We're chasing the hours in our day. Instead, we should be focusing on something entirely different, which is our very own energy, because it is ours to master. I just love that. And when I heard that, it made me change my idea of what I need to do, how to prioritize me in this world. So manage your energy, not your time, which means if you're healthy and you can manage that positive energy that you put out to yourself and the world, then you won't have to manage your time because you'll be in a better state of living to be able to have a healthier emotional, mental, spiritual, and nutritional well-being to get things done in a more timely fashion. And you won't burn yourself out. You'll have even more energy for more things. And that's why people who exercise a lot or exercise regularly or often, they have more energy. They're not really managing time. They're actually managing their energy so they can get through everything that they need to get through. So it's a wonderful, absolute wonderful thing to actually do. Now, the last one we're going to talk about is 10, synchronicity. I have to slow it down for me to even say it, y'all. Synchronicity. Do you see synchronicities in your life? Let's figure out what it is first. Synchronicity is a concept that was first described by psychoanalyst Carl Jung. Now, when you're intuitive but unaware of it, your intuition might externalize itself, showing up as signs from the universe that leave you in awe. It almost as if intuition tries to get your attention internally first. But if you're not paying close enough attention, then it will simultaneously reoccur in events that are either significantly related to you or not, appear through casual connections. Definition from Oxford Languages says that synchronicity is quite staggering, and its intuition will grab you by the outside world and shake you until you're listening. So everybody can be intuitive. Even though us women, we tend to be a little bit more intuitive, there are a lot of males out there that are intuitive. So I'm talking to you too, sir. The more popular reason the universe or God sends us signs is that it's to prepare us to receive what we have been asking or praying for. The more often the signs occur, the closer they're letting us know we're ready to receive what we've been manifesting, praying for, or desiring of something that we've been thinking about for a while. As the preparation, there's a website, livinglovely.com, livinglovely.com, where, for example, you may have asked the universe for a new car. You visualized it, you gave thanks, you prayed on it, you let it alone. You are now ready to be open to receive your blessing. Suddenly, you see that car everywhere you go. And before you know it, you hear people talking about it all the time. So now you're hearing and you're seeing. And you see ads. Now the ads for it are in the magazine and always on the radio or on television. It's letting you know you're going in the right direction, y'all, because it's preparing you to be able to receive. I've done that quite a few times with certain things that I've purchased that I've really, really wanted, and I couldn't wait to actually get to. So let's talk about what are signs and how do you actually recognize them. You can see things, you can feel things, and you can hear signs. There is a way that you can recognize whether something is a sign or it's just an everyday coincidence. Now, there can be two distinct events that actually happen very closely in time, within hours or within the same day. And some examples of synchronistic signs are thinking of someone you haven't thought about in years and then running into them, or hearing about them later on that day. Hearing a phrase or sentence for the first time ever, then suddenly hearing it everywhere, or seeing certain numbers everywhere, such as 1111, 444, 222, or 333. I know for me, I see numbers often, and I know that I'm getting closer and closer to what it is that I have been praying for, and I just got to keep the faith. It helps me to keep my faith up, and it allows me to control myself without getting too overly anxious. Don't get depressed while I'm in the waiting mode. It's just allowing things to happen in due time. And the universe is letting me know, look, it's coming. Don't waver. Just stay the course. Stay the course of time. And I said one time before, we're going to talk about at another show in another time, the 12 universal laws and the 33 spiritual laws. So tie everything together and allow you to understand yourself internally and actually get acquainted with your soul. Now, you may get to know yourself in the mirror. You may like yourself from outward appearance. You may like yourself on the inside of the type of characteristics that you have about you or what you do out in the community and for other people. But getting to know your soul is on a totally different heartbeat and vibration. So I'm hoping that the show resonated with a lot of you guys out here. I just want to open up your eyes and to be able to see for yourself those different things that, we get a lot of bits and pieces, but nobody really teaches you what these things are from at least from A to G. I mean, come on, get you started. But, it's just helping me along my journey and the things that I have experienced in my life. They have helped me to develop my retirement goals. My 12, I got about 9 more years left to work before I can retire, and all of the things that I have got to get done in that time is really actually pushing me now because I've made the life plan out. I now have to get my mind and my body and my soul together and actually, get myself healthy so that I can manage my energy, because I cannot entirely manage time. I can manage only a breath of it, but not all of it. So since I'm not, those things without not in my control, as one of my mother's sayings is about, you can manage yourself. And that is a beautiful, beautiful thing to actually do. So go ahead and take a look at that blog and Buffer, the 4 elements of physical energy and how to master them. It was absolutely fabulous to read and to understand how sleep, which I tell everybody asks me, how come you look so good for your age? It's called sleep and water, people. If I can just get in the gym, that'll be my trifecta. I'm just trying to tell you, woo-woo. Do you sleep enough to renew your body? Oh, trust me, I do. I just need to move my body. Other than that, we'll be doing all right. All of you out there, I just want to say thank you very much for joining us tonight. And I hope that you come back next week. I mean, it's been a very good time. This is, 2022 is your year. I am actually manifesting, saying it, and claiming it for not only myself but for you. 2022 is your year. Let's do what we need to do. Let's get it going. Let's get the wheels started. Let's start putting down the foundation, because we never know what we're going to be able to get accomplished in 2023 if we have no foundation laid now in 2022. So I'm hoping that everybody enjoyed what we talked about today. Thank you so much for coming to the show. I'm always in awe of all of my couch babies that join us. I say thank you again. But in closing, my intuition is so strong that I not only know who I am, I know who you are too. And I'm getting to know some other people a lot better, I'm trying to tell you. And I don't know if I like what I see so far, but we're going to keep the faith. We're just going to keep that faith. So thank you all for listening and joining me on the couch tonight. Be safe and continue to do one thing better than you did yesterday. Now, remember, love yourself first. And, of course, we love you. See you next week on the couch at 9 p.m. Tell all your friends and your family. Make it a whole event. Get the kids, everybody on there. Get everybody on the couch. I don't care if you got to Zoom it or you got to whatever else is out there that you do. But go ahead and try it out and have the discussions afterwards. And I can't wait to talk to you again next week, so make sure to be the best kings and queens that you can be. Feel free to listen to past shows at LUVRadioNetwork.24.com. And don't forget to download and scan our app. Become a member. It's free. Come on, no excuses, y'all. So we're front and center every week for the shows. Great music is 24 hours a day, y'all. Peace out. Many blessings to you and yours. And I wish you a fair adieu and good night. Love y'all. See you next week, Wednesday, 9 p.m.